Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it is day number 3 of makeup collection and declutter week. Today we're going to be getting into all things eye and brow related that aren't my eyeshadow palettes. This video in particular was both exciting and painful for me to film because right around the time that I sat down to film this, I got pink eye, so I had to declutter a bunch of things out of my collection anyway because they may or may not have been contaminated, so it was both timely and sad, as you are about to see. If you are jumping into this series at this point, hi. Welcome. I will link the rest of my declutter playlist for you guys up here in the cards. That way you can see the videos earlier this week as well as all of the declutters I've ever done on my channel. Anyway, with all that being said, we have lots of makeup to go through today, so let's jump into my eye and brow collection. Alright, so let's kick things off today with my brow products. So this is everything I have for brows currently in my collection. It's actually not too out of control, but I know that I'm not going to use up all of these products, so I feel pretty safe decluttering some of them, and a few of them are old and need to be thrown away anyway, so this is a good opportunity to clean house. So the first thing that I know I'm going to need to part with, and I'm really not very happy about it, is this guy right here. This is the Iconic London Eyebrow Cushion. This is one of my favorite brow products. And it's stupid expensive. It's $40 for this little compact, which means I'm not inclined to repurchase it anytime soon, but I did really, really like this. So this basically is like a cushion foundation, except it is a brow tint, and it is just the most perfect natural thing to fill in your brows. I have dark eyebrow hair, but thinner eyebrows as far as the size goes, and this just always let me fill my eyebrows in so naturally. Unfortunately though, this is almost a year old and it's started to dry out pretty significantly. I have used this a ton, but unfortunately with the type of product that it is, just like a cushion foundation, even if you keep this thing closed, it does dry out more quickly than like a brow gel or obviously a pencil or something like that. I think I also am going to declutter this little mini version of the ABH brow gel. I've had this for freaking ever. This thing probably is like 2 years old. And I do have another clear brow gel in my collection, so I don't really need to hold on to this. So the one that I was talking about that I have on hand that I've been using and enjoying lately is the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. This one has a really unique wand to it if you haven't seen it before. It's kind of like a comb type situation, which I find actually makes it pretty easy to get the product combed through my brows and also to get my brow hairs into place. Because again, when you have very fine brow hair and it's kind of sparse, every hair that's out of place, you definitely can see it be out of place. So I need something that's a little bit more heavy duty, but that also won't be like chunky in my brows or make them look shiny or weird. And I never have those issues with this. I also have these 3 tinted brow gels here. So I have the Kaja Brow Blowout, I have the e.l.f. Brow Wow, and then the Benefit Gimme Brow. I actually like all 3 of these products and I use them all in rotation fairly regularly now. I found what I really like doing is going through my brows with one of these first and then going in with a pencil and filling in any sparse areas, because all 3 of these products do give me a little bit of color in addition to grooming my brow hairs into place. So they kind of can fill in some sparse areas pretty naturally, and then I can just use the pencil to touch up and it looks more natural than just filling in with a pencil all by itself. So I think I'm going to just try to use all 3 of these up. I don't need to buy a new one for a while, but I like them and I want to keep them. Then I have these 2 products from Cella, both of which I really, really like. So I have their Tantalizing Taupe Eyebrow Cream and their Ivory Lace Highlighter Pencil. Both of these are fantastic brow products that people don't talk about nearly enough. So this highlighter pencil, I feel like blows the Benefit brow pencil out of the water, because the color of this is a little more peachy yellow and I feel like it's got a much better undertone that's complementary to my skin, whereas the Benefit one is very pink and it just looks really unnatural on me. So I do really like this for like cleaning up underneath my brows or for just, you know, a subtle highlight. And then this guy here is that cool built-in product where you have the brow pomade on one side and then you have a built-in little brow kind of brush on the other. This is a brand new one that I haven't even used yet, so I am going to keep this too. And then we have all of my brow pencils, of which I have several, and do I really need to keep all of these? Probably not. I mean, brow pencils are one of the few things in my makeup collection I do go through on a regular basis. But a few of these are kind of larger, more chunky brow pencils, and I know for sure, like, I'm never going to finish them. So I know I want to keep this guy. This is the Folklore Artist Sketch Eyebrow Pencil. This is fantastic. So you have a spoolie on one side, and then you have a little microfine brow pencil on the other. And as you can see, the tip on this is really unique because it's kind of got like a teardrop shape to it, even though it's micro fine. So it's just really fast and also precise for filling in your brows, and the actual product itself is just like a really nice consistency. So this I know I definitely am not going to get rid of. Also comes with a refill, which is super handy. So you can just pop, like you can pull this part out right here and pop a new one in without having to repurchase an entire new pencil. I thought that was genius. I also know I want to keep my Benefit Precisely My Brow pencils. I have these shades 4.5 and 5. I really like these pencils. They have a really nice consistency to them. You know, they're very much like the ABH Brow Wiz in that they are a microfine brow pencil, but I feel like they have a good level of pigmentation where you can fill your brows in pretty quickly, but it also blends out nicely and doesn't look too harsh. So want to keep these. I also think I'm going to keep my Goof Proof brow pencil because this was gifted to me in PR and I haven't even used it yet, so it's brand new and I want to test it out. And then my Urban Decay Brow Blade is something that I bought in 2019 and I have enjoyed using. I feel like I haven't reached for it a ton lately, but I would like to reach for it more, and it is newer, so I'm going to keep that. But these three guys are all older, and I think I probably could declutter them at this point just because I know they're old, and these are all chunkier brow pencils that I find a little bit difficult to work with in my eyebrows, with my brows being a little bit more on the thin side. Then we've got eyeliners. So I've separated these into 3 piles. I have my liquid liner pens, I have my pencil liners, and then I have my gel pot liners. Now, sad story about my eyeliners. Actually, this is going to be a sad story for this entire video. I found out a couple of days ago that I have pink eye, which I have, seen a doctor. I got eye drops. I'm not contagious anymore. Things are on the up and up. However, I was trying to remember what eye makeup I had used recently and what I may need to throw away. So I'm going to be a little extra ruthless with my eyeliner and mascara decluttering, I think, in this video, because I really don't want to chance it. But to be perfectly honest, I don't wear eyeliner a ton. I'm not someone that wears a wing every day, so I don't really need to keep like all of these eyeliners on hand. So let's start out with my gel pot liners, because I've only got 2 of them, so that should be pretty quick and easy. I used this Sigma liner when I was filming with my friend Amy about a week and a half ago. So I think this was probably safe, but I really don't know. So I may just want to declutter it, not to take any chances. I also felt when I was using it for that video that it was a little dry. It wasn't as creamy as I remember it being, so it may be kind of old and needing to be tossed anyway. So I think I'm just going to declutter this to be safe. You know what I just realized? Guys, as I was filming this is not eyeliner. I used to have a L'Oreal Infallible liner, but this is a brow pomade that I totally forgot that I had. So I will keep this with my brow stuff, but I think I'm going to need to go buy a new gel pot liner because I think the only one I have on hand is the Sigma one at this point. Well, perhaps that's like the only thing in this entire week of filming that I actually legitimately may need to go out and buy. Anyway, let's move on to the liquid liner pens, because these I am also worried about. So a few of these are brand new and I haven't used them at all yet, so I know they're 100% safe, and I also would like to test them out. So I have this Hank & Henry liner. I had gotten in a BoxyCharm a while ago, so I'm definitely going to keep that. I also just got this Beauty Bakery Lollipop liner in a little lipstick set that I bought from Ulta, so we'll keep that. I got this Too Faced Better Than Sex Easy Glide Waterproof Liquid Liner. This is a sample size that had come in a little set that it was like a gift with purchase I got, so we'll keep that. And then I think this also is new, the NYX Epic Ink Liner. I bought this from Bed Bath & Beyond when they were clearancing out all their makeup, but I haven't used it yet, so that is also good. The rest of these though, what do I do with you? This Tarte one I haven't used very recently, so I think it's safe, and I bought it within the last 6 months, so it's definitely not too old, so I'm gonna keep that. The Balm Schwing. I love this liner. This is probably one of the best liquid liners. It's kind of one of those traditional felt tip dip pot type of liquid liners. It's absolutely fantastic. But I know that this is over a year old, and for eyeliner, that's kind of old, especially for a liquid. So I think I'm going to get rid of this, but I want to get a new one because I love this stuff. I don't think the Sigma liquid liner pen is infected, but I do feel like it's kind of old. It only has a 6-month life to it. Well, seems to be okay-ish as far as how inky it is. I don't know. This one from M Cosmetics though, I feel a little more unsure about. I know I've been using this one more recently because I just got this. It's one of the newer ones to my collection and I've been really liking it, but I feel like this one could be possibly suspect. Ugh, it makes me really upset to have to think about throwing this away, but I don't know. I think I might need to, guys. And this is the Superfine Liquid Liner from Folklore. This was pretty good, but it wasn't my favorite. I feel like, do you see how it's kind of looking a little dry? And I barely even use this, so I don't know. Honestly, I think I probably can just get rid of both of these. I still have, 4 black liquid liners and a brown one, which is plenty. And I'm sure throughout the year I'll get more. And knowing that I don't wear liquid liner every day, like, do I really need more than this? Probably not. And then we have all of my regular, like, pencil liners, which are the easiest to, like, disinfect for sure. Like, I can sharpen these and disinfect them, but if I use them when I had pink eye, I definitely don't want to take any chances. I'm trying to remember which of these I used and which I didn't. It's surprisingly difficult. So I know for sure this Lorac liner is definitely safe because I just got this little sample and it's brand new. So this I can keep. I know I haven't used this Marc Jacobs liner recently. This one's really cool. It's a glittery like cranberry liner, so that's kind of a lot of fun. And I don't think this one is particularly old, so this one I want to keep. I know I haven't used these colorful pixie liners recently. I do really like these. They're the Endless Silky Eye Pens. They have a really nice formula to them. They're very, very creamy and long wearing. They do definitely need to be sharpened, so I definitely will just like disinfect and sharpen them. I like to do that every once in a while with my eyeliners regardless, so these I think are good. I think this Dose of Color one should be fine. I don't think I've worn this one recently. This is a really fun purple color that, every once in a while I like to rock, so that I think is good. This ColourPop one I'm a little more worried about because I know I have been wearing this one a lot more recently. I got this in the Bye Bye Birdie collection. This is a really pretty dark plummy liner. Obviously I do have some things similar to it, so odds are, this is like a $6 liner. It wouldn't be the absolute end of the world if I had to like throw this thing away. I don't think I've used either of these guys though recently. These are pretty kind of more metallic liners. I don't know that I necessarily wear these a ton. Ooh, dang, that's beautiful. Super, super creamy though. Maybe I should be wearing this one more often. And this one here is a little more bronzy. I got these with the California Love Palette. My friend gifted them to me for my birthday over the summer. So yeah, I think I'll hold on to these. And then I just have the Sigma Longwear Eyeliner Pencil. I do really like this. This is like a super creamy matte black liner, but this is something again I use often, so I don't know if I've used this since my eyes were junky. And then my Persona brown eyeliner and my Pixie Endless Silky Eye Pen in Matte Mulberry. These are probably my 2 most used eyeliners, which you can clearly see because they are significantly shorter than all the rest of them. They are my favorites. This brown liner is so good. It's so smudge proof in the waterline. And this matte mulberry shade, I think, is just the most beautiful sort of alternative to brown for every day. And it's really, really creamy. Super, super nice. So I don't think I've worn either of these. I don't really know. I'm gonna keep them because I'm pretty sure I didn't use them. I think I might have used this guy, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. And this is what we're left with. So we'll keep a few liquid liners, a few pencil eyeliners. All in all, I feel like not so bad. All right, so mascara should also be pretty easy because I only ever keep a couple mascaras open at a time. So the ones that I have been using most recently are Mile High Club from Wander Beauty, which I literally just opened. Like, it makes me so upset to think about having to like throw this away because I've used it literally once, but I used it just before my eyes got screwed up, so that really sucks. And then my Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara, which is my favorite mascara ever. Like, this is my favorite that I've been using, but I have at least been using it for like a solid month. So it really, really pains me to need to throw these both away, but I feel like that just definitely needs to happen. You can't disinfect mascara, and these could be contaminated, so I've got to get rid of them, and that really sucks. And then this Sigma mascara I had also opened recently to try out. It's their Sinuosity Lash. I don't even think they make this anymore, and I think it was kind of sitting around in my collection for a while. It was not my favorite, so this I'm not really heartbroken about. These two, though, really, really not so happy. But honestly, as much as it upsets me to throw mascaras away that I like, these are all the other ones I have on hand that are brand new and unused. So I got one of those lash stash sets from Sephora around the holidays. So that's where all of these mini mascaras came from. Some of these are formulas that I've used before and I absolutely love, like Too Faced Damn Girl. This one's really, really nice. Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir is one of my favorites. Same thing with Lancome Monsieur Big. Even this Tarte Big Ego mascara was something that I thought was pretty decent. So I was really happy to have minis of those. That was part of the reason why I bought the set. Like, I knew at the very least I would get some mascaras I already knew that I liked. But then there were a bunch of other ones I always wanted to try, like this Pat McGrath Fetishized mascara I've heard so many good things about. So I get that to try. This YSL Effect Fossils The Curler mascara. I haven't really heard too much about that one, but want to give it a whirl. NARS Climax I've heard really great things about. The Milk Makeup Kush mascara I've want to try forever. There's this little Sephora Lashcraft Big Volume mascara. Haven't heard anything about that, but you know, would be happy to try it out. And then the set also came with a full size of Benefit Roller Lash, which is something I haven't used in forever, but I did used to really like this mascara, as well as the IT Cosmetics Superhero, which is another great formula. This one I feel like goes off on me fairly quickly. Like, it gets clumpy after about 2 months on me, but for the first 2 months that you use it, it gives you the most beautiful voluminous lashes. So I have that on hand, and then a couple of other ones that I really like. The Wander Beauty Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara is really, really nice for every day. This one layers up really well, so happy to have that. The Tarteist Mascara, I really like this. Lash Paradise from L'Oreal is my favorite drugstore mascara, and then I have this Benefit Bad Girl Bang that just was gifted to me in PR, and I've never tried it before. So I am not going to declutter any of these because I am pretty happy to have all of them. It's always nice to have mascaras on hand. Sometimes when friends come over and I'm doing their makeup, if like they don't have a mascara, I'll just give them one of these. So maybe I'll get around to trying all of them myself. Maybe I'll end up gifting them to other people. But either way, I'm happy to have a plethora of mascara options. So we're about to get to the fun stuff, which are my single shadows, my pigments, my liquid glitters, and all that goodness. But first I want to quickly go through my lash glue, my eyeshadow primers, and some of my stick eyeshadows. For eyeshadow primers, I'm actually pretty lucky. I haven't used either of these anytime recently, so I know they're fine, so I'm going to keep them. I have my NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base and this Carity Eye Primer. Both of these are pretty decent, but honestly, 99% of the time, I just use concealer on my lid to prime my eyes nowadays because I am lazy. So I'll keep these. I'll try to use them. It's not like I have an exorbitant amount of eyeshadow primer, but I definitely don't think I need to buy any new eyeshadow primers knowing that I haven't even been using these guys. Now this guy here I use all the time, the NYX Glitter Primer. This is fantastic. It's a great dupe for the Too Faced Glitter Glue. Fortunately though, because it's a squeeze tube, this never actually comes in contact with my eyes, so it's nice and sanitary. I squeeze a little bit out in the back of my hand and then apply it to my eyes with a brush. So this is something that's totally fine for me to keep on using and keep on loving. This really will help if you have any kind of glittery eyeshadow or shimmery eyeshadow. It will help to A, intensify it, and B, lock it onto your eyes and minimize fallout. So if you've never tried it or you don't own this, like, would recommend. And then last, I have a paint pot from MAC. This is Soft Ochre. It's funny because I don't really find myself reaching for this all that much. This is something that I bought because it's like super hyped up and it's like a cult classic product and I wanted to know why everybody loved it. And I really didn't find myself getting super into it. I think it's nice to like clean up a wing, you know, because it's more of a concealer-like consistency. So I kind of like it for that or for cleaning up my brows more so than using it as an actual eye base. So I think I'll hold on to it. It's not that old, but this is something I could see myself decluttering in the future. And then I have a few eyeshadow sticks here. I've got 2 from Profusion. I have 1 from Sigma and then a few from Nude Sticks. I actually really like all of these and I'm going to keep them because I don't feel like there are too many. These are great for days where I'm feeling super lazy and I want just a really simple, fast eye look. All of these are beautiful as far as formula goes. I mean, they're just super, super pigmented, creamy. Like even this Profusion one, like look at how nice that is. So these are just all very neutral colors, super easy to wear, easy to throw on. If I want to use them as a base under other eyeshadows, I can, or I can wear them all on their own. All right, let's get fun. Let's talk single eyeshadows. So these are all of the eyeshadow singles I have in pots. Now I do have single eyeshadows in palettes like my ColourPop pressed powder singles. I don't know if I'm going to talk about all those today or in a separate video just because I think we have a lot to talk about today and I don't want this video to be like a million years long. And honestly, I do really love and use most of these and will probably continue to keep most of these, but there may be a few things I need to get rid of, especially cream products that are getting a little old. So I absolutely love this formula from JCat, the Prismatic Chromatic Eye Mousse. These are so stunning. Super, super like glittery, impactful, just like an absolute dream. They are a little chunky. As you can see, it's very easy to pick up way too much. So you kind of need to smooth them out over the eyes, not go too overboard, or it can accentuate texture, but man, they are absolutely stunning. Now, my only thing is I've got 5 shades and honestly, I don't wear all 5 of these. I really don't find myself reaching for the orange and the cranberry that much, so I think I might declutter these and just keep these 3 because these are the ones I know I use the most. Another 2 shadows I definitely want to keep are these guys from Ace Beauté. These cream shadows are so gorgeous and I surprisingly find myself reaching for them a ton. I got these in a BoxyCharm box a little while ago and I think they are just stunning. They have like a really gorgeous shimmer to them, like a really pretty kind of like glittery finish that's super light reflective on the eyes. So these are 2 eyeshadows that I know I definitely reach for on the regular and want to keep in my collection, and they're also not that old even though they're creams, so they're definitely still good to use. Where we get into slightly more questionable territory is this guy here. This is an eyeshadow from Butter London. It's one of their glaze and eyeglosses. Yeah, this is dried out. This is the shade Unicorn, and it used to be like a liquid, but now it feels kind of firm. I mean, it's definitely still picking up product, but I know I've had it for a while, and I just haven't been reaching for it. This is the shade Unicorn, which, I mean, honestly, is super pretty. It's very iridescent and reflective. Like, it's a gorgeous topper, but I just think it's time to get rid of it. I haven't reached for it in a while, and obviously it's pretty dried out. I'm also kind of dubious about this guy right here. This is a Dose of Colors Ideal Duo in the shade Mint to Be. This is kind of old. I got this a while ago. Yeah, this cream shadow feels pretty much toast. Like it's, yeah, very, very dried out. But the pigment in here, I'm sure, is probably still fine. This was such a gorgeous pigment. Oh my goodness. I love how like minty and shimmery this is and glittery. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. Stunning. And pigments basically freaking last forever because it's just a loose powder shadow. So, what do I do with this? Like, it definitely is kind of bulky and taking up space, but I kind of hate to throw it away when the actual like powder is still good. So maybe I'll hold on to this. We'll see. I don't know if I could put this in another container or something like that because that might be helpful. This guy's also pretty old. This is the Urban Decay Moon Dust Shadow in Solstice. This is a really, really fun shadow. It's kind of one of those blue-brown duochromes. I feel like this was popular before we had all these really cool glitter toppers. it's very sheer, I feel like, compared to some other things that I have or, have been using lately. I feel like when I first got this, it was way more unique to my collection than it is now. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't think I probably will use this all that much. It's pretty, it's fun, but it's kind of old, and I think I can do better at this point. All the rest of these guys, though, I know I definitely want to keep. I have my Kaja Bouncy Bento eyeshadow trio in Orange Blossom, which I've raved about a gajillion times. This is so freaking stunning. I absolutely love it. I have my Tarte Chrome Paint in Top Yacht. Honestly, I don't reach for this a whole ton, but it is really, really pretty. Like, if you want to talk about having like a blinding inner corner highlight, this is super reflective and shiny, like a very, very pretty eyeshadow. I think it's just because it's such a basic kind of champagne color. I don't think to reach for it all that often. Then I have my Touch in Sol Metalist Sparkling Pigment in Sun Aurora that I absolutely adore. This is freaking stunning as heck. Oh my goodness. Just like the most gorgeous duochromatic sparkly green gold goodness. So yeah, that is absolutely going nowhere because I'm obsessed and I love it so much. And then this baby is new. Now this I have used more recently, but I did use it with a brush. I don't know whether or not this is something that would be, possibly infected. I guess I could probably try to figure out a way to clean it, maybe spray it down with some rubbing alcohol just to be safe. Because man, look at how pretty this is. Like, I don't want to get rid of this anytime soon because it is such a gorgeous, sparkly, glittery, gorgeous eyeshadow. I love it so much, and I got it for such a good price. So I really don't want to get rid of that. And then last but not least is this little eyeshadow single from ColourPop. This is the eyeshadow in The Crab. I am a Cancer. My birthday is July 3rd, just in case you want to know. So this was something that my friend got me for my birthday along with the Crab pigment from ColourPop that was a collab with Kathleen Lights. So this is something, honestly, I think I just keep and love for the packaging because it's so stinking cute. I don't even think I've actually used this eyeshadow. It feels like butter. It's really, really nice, but it's kind of a more basic sort of, champagne-y type tone. It's pretty though. Okay, and then finally, last but not least, we have all of my glitters and pigments. I love me a good glittery eye look, so I have definitely amassed a plethora of sparkly things to put on my eyes. So I know I definitely want to keep my two ColourPop pigments. These were Kathleen Lights collaborations and I absolutely love them. They are so stunning, and these jars will last a literal century because the tiniest bit goes such a long way. So these I will probably have forever. I also have a bunch of these pigments from JCat. These are their Vanity Goddess chromatic pigments. I have 5 shades here that are super, super beautiful. Do I need to keep all of these? Probably not. The blue and the purple are definitely unique and fun, so I know I want to keep those. This one, I feel like I didn't end up loving it the way that it applied to the eyes as much as the other ones. Like, it's a really cool concept of a color. It's kind of like a white with almost like a purple iridescent duochrome sheen, but I felt like this one was a little chunky. Let's give it a swatch. I mean, dang, it does look pretty. I will say that much. Why don't I use these more, right? Like, how beautiful is that? And then I have these 2 shades, which look kind of similar. Let's swatch them and see. These definitely do not pick up the best with a finger. They definitely swatch better with a brush, but we're just gonna make do with what I've got right here. They're all beautiful. Those 2 do kind of look sort of similar though. One slightly more gragey, one is slightly more green toned. I don't know, guys. Now that I'm looking at them, it's making me want to keep them all because they're all just so stunning and pretty. Let me think on this. Let me see what else I ultimately end up keeping. Maybe we'll end up putting these in the declutter pile if I end up keeping too many other things and I feel like I have too much stuff. I don't know, guys. I'm really not inclined to get rid of any of these pigments. I think mostly because they last forever. They don't really ever go bad. I mean, I suppose they probably do, but because they don't really get contaminated and their powders, they just last such a long time. So I feel like, I don't know, they're just so fun and pretty, and even if I don't reach for them very often, when I am in the mood, it is nice to have them on hand, and the money's already spent, so I kind of feel like, why get rid of them? So I have these two from NYX that are very, very shimmery and pretty, and then I have two from MBA Cosmetics here that are also really gorgeous. I have this really beautiful sparkly dark green. That one is stunning. And then this one here called Mahogany, which is this gorgeous dark brownish red color. This is just like so pretty all over the lid for like a really, really interesting smoky eye. Like, look at that. And it's just so sparkly. Oh my god. The glitter, I can't. Then I have this really, really fun, like vibrant gold one from Too Faced that I got for $5 at TJ Maxx. That was a pretty sweet find. I think this was a limited edition product, so they were just getting rid of overstock, and I happened to pick it up at a really, really good price. It's a really nice pigment, and it's a beautiful color. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about my pigment collection. I'm not really too guilty about holding on to all of those. Some of these liquid glitters, though, I feel like maybe I shouldn't hold on to, because these will go bad if I don't use them. So of course, naturally, I have to keep the OG, which is my only Stila Glitter and Glow. This is in the shade Kitten Karma, which is just super stunning. This is starting to dry out though. It's kind of getting old. I really should get some kind of a replacement, but I probably will use this guy until it literally dies and I can use it no more, because it's just one of the most stunning things I have in my entire makeup collection. But I did, however, find a really good dupe. This is the Profusion Eye Sparkler. This one is in the shade Glitz, and it is a great Kitten Karma dupe. It comes with a cream shadow stick, and it's $7 for the pair. So yeah, I always really like to have this guy on hand for dupe purposes and just because it's a gorgeous eyeshadow. I also have one in the shade Twinkle, which is more of a silver / holographic glitter situation. That one is super pretty. So that I definitely also want to keep. But do I need to keep all of these Pixie Liquid Fairy Lights? Probably not, because I don't use all these colors. I really like Rose Gold a lot. This one is probably my favorite and the one I use the most, so that one I will keep. I also do like Bare Brilliance, but honestly, I don't really reach for Sunray all that much. This one is kind of more of a yellow gold. I don't know. I don't really have anything else that's this color though. And then this one, Passion Light. Let's see what that swatch is like. That one's kind of dark. And Crystalline, this one is fun. I mean, they're all pretty for sure, but I know I never reach for these three shades. So I probably should just declutter them. Then I've got this one, Milani Hypnotic Lights Beaming Light Eye Topper. This one is in the shade Beaming Light. This is a really pretty, super fun, iridescent eye topper. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, this one is really nice. I like this one a lot, so I definitely want to keep that guy. I also know I definitely want to keep this Ciate Eye Luster Cream Eyeshadow, because I love this. This is probably one of my most worn liquid toppers. This one is very sheer and really duochromatic, and it looks super beautiful if you just like tap it with the brush on top of another eye look, because it just gives it this super gorgeous like golden shimmery sheen. Oh, it's stunning. I love it. Then I have this little dude from Pure. This liquid glitter is gorgeous, but I have not touched this in ages. Still feels fine. Dang, that is beauteous too. And this one, if I remember correctly, when you blend it out, it's just like, oh yeah, so shimmery and sparkly and pretty. Why am I not using this? Then I got these Flower Beauty liquid glitters. These are really nice, but I don't think I need all of these. I definitely want to keep the green one because I have nothing else quite like this. I don't think I need to keep both of these neutral shades though, given how many other neutral things I'm keeping. I think I want to keep Bullet, because Bullet I feel like is a little more unique. This one's more taupey, gragey, and I don't think I have anything else quite like this guy. Whereas the shade Blade, I feel like this one is more similar to like Kitten Karma and that Profusion shadow. Yeah, this one's more of like a rose gold. And I think I've got plenty of other rose gold shadows, so I think I'm going to declutter this, but I'll keep this guy in the green. And then all the rest of these here are like legitimate straight up glitters. I have the Bling It On from MBA Cosmetics. These have like a self-adhesive base because they're kind of like a liquid glitter, almost like a craft glitter, except you are meant to put these on your face. I don't really find myself reaching for all of these colors though. Like, to be honest, I don't know that I'm ever going to wear these 3 glitters. The shades are really fun, but they're just like not necessarily my cup of tea, and they're pretty much new. So I think I'm going to pass these on, but I definitely want to keep this guy, which is the shade Bubbly, because this would be perfect for like if you want to do a glitter cut crease or a glitter liner. You can squeeze this out into the back of your hand and then paint it on with a brush. Then I have this really super cool loose glitter here. My friend Maria picked this out for me because she works for MBA Cosmetics and she gifted me some things. I haven't even had a chance to use this yet, so I definitely want to keep that guy. This one from Motives Cosmetics is really pretty, actually. I don't know how much I'm gonna reach for this guy though, and you can't get this anymore, so I don't know. I may declutter this. And then these are both Chromolites from MBA Cosmetics. These are the most insane pressed glitters. These kind of have, again, like an almost creamy base to them, and like, oh man, you want to talk about sparkle. These are intense. If you love glitter, these definitely are going to be right up your alley. So I think I will hold on to these two. Alright guys, so another section of my makeup collection tackled. This is everything I'm keeping as far as my liners and single shadows and mascara and whatnot goes. I feel like it is a pretty decent but not overwhelming collection. I definitely have plenty of options as far as eye toppers go, but they are some of my favorite things in my collection, so I feel really good about everything that I have left here. And then this is the pile of products that I'm going to add to my bag of stuff for friends and family if anybody wants any of these products, because they're not overly old or things that I think would be unsafe for them to use. And then this pile right here is old/contaminated and will need to be thrown away, which, you know, I am pretty sad about this mascara because I literally only got to use it once and now I need to chuck it, and that makes me super sad. And I love this Ilia mascara too, but honestly most of this stuff I did use quite a bit and was old, and in the grand scheme of things isn't a ton of waste, so I don't feel super guilty about this pile. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It's hard to believe we're already more than halfway done with this year's makeup collection and declutter series. We do have perhaps the best 2 videos waiting for us still, though. Tomorrow we'll be going through all of my lip products, and then Friday will be the grand finale with my eyeshadow palettes. As always, if you liked this video and you like this series on my channel, I hope you will consider giving it a thumbs up. I always really appreciate your support so much. And if you're not subscribed and you don't want to miss out on lips and eyeshadow palettes, make sure you click that button. Alright guys, I'm sure this video was long enough, so I'm gonna let you go, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.